younger generation, those who are coming behind me. As I follow Pastor Ayo, I also would like to see how we could get those who are I can reach in my own little space to also get them equipped with the knowledge I am also getting. So that's been some of the things I've been outlining for myself for the next couple of months and years to come now.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. All right. While you were introducing yourself to me, no longer joined the call. All right. Sean Phillips, you want to tell us a bit about you?
Yes, good evening, my pastor. Thank you very much for.
Please go ahead.
Good evening, my pastor. Thank you very much for all your investments. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, great, great. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I'm Oluwaseun Phillips. I'm an entrepreneur. Um, I'm an entrepreneur, basically. That's it. And my passion is to see people grow in whatever they have chosen, whatever field they have chosen for themselves. And basically, that's the summary of what I do. I have a bit of background in accounting and in cybersecurity also. So basically, that's it for me. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, Temitope Ojo, do you want to share a bit about you?
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity. I just saw the link on our group and I said, oh, let me join. I'm planning to maybe start a business and I think this is one of the platform I need to get into.
Oh,
But
amazing.
currently, I work with a private firm, so as a cybersecurity engineer. Thank you, sir.
All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wow, I'm super excited about the mix of people we have on this call right now. So we have people who are already running businesses and people who are about starting, right? And what the growth factory is about is empowering entrepreneurs with the right knowledge, the right skills, the right tools to enable us to grow our businesses, right? That is basically what this whole thing is about. So, uh, um, this is our first week, our first ever encounter. We're going to have a lot of these webinars next year, but we're just using this to start out so that people can plan their new year a lot better. So that's what we're doing right now. So the focus of today is vision and mission clarity. But before we go into that, right? So basically, this is going to be the flow, opening and connection. We've done that already. We're going to be looking at what our vision and mission are. We'll take a case study tonight to help us see how important clarity of vision and mission is. Then we'll do a Y lab helping us to create our whys and then understand what we call the alignment matrix because there must be an alignment between your personal vision, your business vision, and your customer vision. That is very important. Without that alignment, you are not going to be able to maximize your impact and your influence and your income as a business person. And then we also look at how relevant your vision is. And then we're going to close on that, right? So why are we here? Let's take that, out of the way. Now, this is a growth factory. Our vision and the growth factory is to catalyze a new generation of visionary African entrepreneurs. And the vision is building 1,000 billionaires by 2035. Now, we have 10 years ahead of us. And the question, I keep asking myself is what is going to be my own role in ensuring that we have a more prosperous Africa, right? So if we can create that community and then we can empower ourselves, equip ourselves to be able to build, then we know that through strategic education, structural support, and scalable ecosystem. So the growth factory community is an ecosystem that we are going to nurture into something really big. It's going to be massive. We may start as small webinars here and there, but the bigger vision is to build a scalable ecosystem such that we can look at what we do as a community and we can say, wow, this is really massive. And the mission is to equip MSMEs. That is our target. We want you to grow from being a small, a micro and a small business to becoming a real mega player, and imagine entrepreneurs with transformative knowledge, strategic tools, growth capital, and a supportive community that enables them to build sustainable, globally competitive businesses. So we are moving from small. We are not starting with the big boys. They're already big, right? So, but we are starting with those of us just starting businesses, wondering what exactly is this thing business about? What am I doing, with my life? What am I doing with, what exactly am I trying to achieve? We're still trying to figure it out. So we're going to be working together. There'll be a lot of hand holding, which I believe will take us to that point where you can say, whoa, now I understand exactly what I want to do. So the goal is to enable you to build a sustainable, globally competitive business, a sustainable, globally competitive business. If your business is not sustainable, it cannot be globally competitive. And for you to attain billionaire status as a business person, then that means that you must be globally competitive. That means that your business should be able to work anywhere else. Anywhere you find yourself, your business should be able to work. So tonight, there's going to be a lot of interactions. I want to encourage that you have a notebook for these sessions, right? So what that will do for you is that you can monitor the things that you are writing, because it is not just somebody coming to talk. This is not a preaching or a sermon, right? This is a workshop where you can go at the end of the day and you say, oh, yes, this is what I have been able to get from here, right? So I will encourage everyone to please mute. I will encourage everyone to please mute their mics, right, so that we can be on the same page. When it's time to talk, we're going to open that and then we can talk. So this is going to be very participatory. Wherever you are, just try as much as possible to be in the game. That's what I'll say. Be in the game, be in the know, and let's do this together. So let's go. So vision versus mission, right? So this is one big question that, a lot of the time, many of us will have to answer, right? So what exactly is mission? What exactly is vision? So it is not so much about the grammar. Simply, vision is the picture of the future you are creating. What future are we creating at the Growth Factory? Is very simple: to raise 1,000 billionaires in 10 years. This is 2025. Our goal is that by 2035, we can say that we have 1,000 people within our community who have grown, who have hit the $1 billion mark in their business. That is the goal. That is the vision. So that is a picture of the future we are creating. 1,000 people who will apply these principles, who will use them, who will do something about the things we are saying, and then we can monitor the growth and say, yes, I started my business in 2025 or 2026. And then in 10 years, I can see the trajectory. I can see this is where I am going. That is the picture of the future you are creating. That is what we call a vision. That the mission is the daily path that leads you there, right? So you have a vision, this big picture. This is where I'm going. What about the mission? That is the things you do daily. So we talked about the vision of the Growth Factory, and the mission is to help you to build a sustainable business, right? We empower you, to enable you, to equip you, such that in doing those things, right? In doing those things, it becomes guaranteed, it becomes predictable that what we say you will achieve, you will definitely achieve them. So for us, our mission, right, in achieving that mission, so we equip, How do we equip? Through training, mentorship, knowledge transfer that is clear for us in the growth factory. How do we empower? Access to funding, access to resources, access to market. We're going to be creating market for ourselves. And later on in the course, we're still going to talk about, a bit on how, you can enter markets, but of course, tonight is a foundation. We are not going deep into anything. Then the third one is, how do we achieve our mission? Enabling. We enable you with systems, tools, and communities that sustain growth. System, tools, and communities that sustain growth, right? So that's basically what our own mission is. So for you as a person, you must be able to say, these are the things I am going to do that will help me achieve the vision. So let's take Google as an example here, right? So Google has a vision to provide access to the world's information in one click, to provide access to the world's information in one click. That's the vision. So anywhere you go, just put your hand, boom, and in one click, you have access to all the information that you need. And you would see that that Google has jumped on the AI thing right now. If you open your Google now and you want to type something, the first segment you see is the AI segment that gives you like a brief of what you are looking for. That is the vision, to give you the world's information in one click anywhere you are. So the mission then is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful, to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. So you see what Google does. So if we can organize the world's information, make them universally accessible and useful, then we will achieve our mission. So it is your mission that guarantees that that vision will be achieved. Vision is the destination, mission is the roadmap. Without the roadmap, the destination is dead on arrival. You will not get there except you have a roadmap that can get you there. So we're still going to talk about this, how do you create? So we're still going to talk a bit about that. So now let me ask you this. Which is stronger in your business, your vision or your mission? So if you think about you as a person and the people who work with you, which one do you think is stronger? Do people understand your vision as much as they understand your mission, or none of them is even? So let's take a poll. Let's take a poll. So let me have some reactions here. Who is going first? Who is going first? Let me see how many who do we have on the call, right? So who wants to go? Right. So from your own estimation of your business, what do you think? What drives your business? Which one do you think people that work with you would easily relate with the most, right? Okay, Susan Afolabi, you want to go? Okay, Temitope Joe, please go ahead. You raised your hand.
Yes,
Okay, sir.
I think
For me, I
vision.
think
I think your vision should drive you. Where you're going should drive you on a daily basis. Not although both of them are equally important, but your vision should drive you.
Okay. So the
Where
question
you're
is right
going.
now, looking at your own business right now, which one is stronger?
Yes,
Is it
yes.
your vision or your mission?
My vision is important. My vision is stronger than my mission.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, Temitope.
okay, I'm seeing mission being stronger because mission is more like an habit that we cultivate every day that take us to that vision we want to achieve. So for me, I'm seeing prioritizing mission over vision.
Okay, so you know what? For this question, there is no one that is right or wrong. What we're trying to do is we're trying to say right now, which one, if you wake up all the people that work with you, or maybe the organization where you work presently, which one do you think people will remember easily? Is it the vision or the mission or both or none? Right. So, but what is important is that the people working with you must know where you are going and they must know how you intend to get there. Everybody on the team needs to have that understanding. This is where we are going, and this is how we intend to get there. It's very simple. Everyone on the team should understand that, right? So that's basically what this session is about. So let's look at Flutterwave as a case study of clarifying your vision and your mission. Flutterwave has one singular vision: to simplify payment for endless possibilities, to simplify payment for endless possibilities. And their mission is to connect Africa to the global economy through seamless payment. You know, while I was preparing for this, I went through Flutterwave's platforms and I see how their their vision and their mission are so much intertwined into everything they do. Now, this determines the kind of product that they create, right? So, one of the things, if you go to their platform now, you can create a store now. As we're talking, you can create a store. They also have a feature where you can build, if you have someone who does a business where people subscribe, they have a platform for you where you just open your own platform, then your customers will come in and they do their subscription, they pay, you know. So because they have a vision, right, to simplify payment and to connect Africa to the global economy, right? So what has this done for them? This clarity has helped them to attract investors, to align teams, and scale to over 1 million merchants. Merchants means people who use their platform for trading, right? Now, this very important: attract, align, and scale. If your vision is not clear, if what you're trying to do is not clear, people cannot say this is where this business is going, right? And how you intend to get there is also not clear. It will be difficult for you to attract investors. Remember, the vision of Growth Factory is to build 1,000 billionaires in 10 years, right? Good. So, and there is something we talk about in business, we talk about leverage. Leverage means that you use other people's money to scale. Because if you are waiting for turnover to scale, you are going to wait for a long time. Most businesses, if you count all the billionaires on Forbes list, I will tell you that all of them are billionaires because they have access to other people's money, right? So we're still going to get to that in the course of our discussions, right? But the important thing for now is that if your vision is not clear, if you cannot define exactly what business you are into and what you intend to do and how you intend to do it, I can guarantee you that it will be difficult. It will be a miracle, to attract investors, trust me. And for people to work with you to achieve that vision, it's going to be difficult also. And if you can't attract investors, you can't get a good and formidable team. Scaling is going to be very impossible. So look at something about this that I just shared with us, the Flutterwave case study. Notice that everything, the vision, the mission is simple, is relatable, and is repeatable. Simple, relatable, and repeatable. For us at the Growth Factory to build 1,000 billionaires in 2035. That is the vision. 1,000 billionaires from Africa who operate from the African soil. 1,000 billionaires in dollars in 2035. It looks so big. Like, how do you intend to do that? So we're still going to be sharing a whole lot of things here on the platform, and I'm really looking forward to the amazing things we can do together. Right. So I hope I hope I'm able to clarify that. So I want to ask you a question again. How clear is your vision in one sentence? And would your team describe this way? Right. Okay, I think I may let me put a more stringent call. Mute all participants. Right. So all right, so let's go on. Right. So how clear is your vision in one sentence? And would your team describe it this way? So this is the insight. If your team can't repeat your vision, your business is running in multiple directions. Now, this is very critical. If people cannot remember your vision, if they cannot repeat the vision, what it means is that people will be running in different directions. Everybody would interpret the business, the vision based on how they feel, based on what they feel, based on what they think, not on what you want done. And that is not going to be good for your business. So in one sentence, how clear is your vision? Right. So we're going to do something now. So now at this point, we're going to write and we're going to share. Like I said, don't attend these classes with or one of those things. Get a notebook, at least the worst case scenario, have a notepad on your phone where you're going to be writing, because it's a progressive thing, right? We have a 1 year curriculum we are running, right? So it's going to be each lesson will build up on the previous, right? So if you miss one, of course, we'll make the videos available as much as possible so that people can catch up. So you don't really want to miss any of the classes, but it is your participation that will determine what you get out of it, right? So, so let's do this together. Take your notepad. We're asking you the why lab. The first question you propose: why does my business exist beyond making money? Why does my business exist beyond making money? Let's assume you have all the money that you want in this world. You're already a billionaire in dollars, right? So what else? Why should you keep going to work? Why should you keep running your business when you have all the money, or you have all the power, you have everything that you need in this world? Everything is available to you. So beyond the money, why does your business exist? Why does your business exist? So let's discuss that, right? So let's write it down. This is going to be a discussion session, right? So but let's write it down first, right? So then the second one is the problem. What problem in society or industry am I passionately solving? What problem in society or industry am I passionately solving? What problem in society or industry am I passionately solving? What problem in society or industry am I passionately solving? Right. So the purpose, why does my business exist beyond making money? The second one, the problem, what problem in society or my industry am I passionately solving? Then the pursuit, what change do I want to see in 10 years because my business exists? What change do I want to see in 10 years because my business exists? What change do I want to see in 10 years because my business exists? Right. So let me give us like 60 seconds to put our thoughts together, right? So we're going to share with ourselves, because this is the whole essence of being a workshop, and this is the beauty also of being a part of this. If you don't mind, also you may want to drop your thoughts in the comments if that's okay with you. You can also drop the answers in the comments so we can read from the comments. So let's take So who is going to go first? Who is going to share with us first? Right. Okay, so we have people who have not spoken yet, right? So who is going to share with us why does your business exist beyond making money? What problem in society or your industry are you passionately solving? And what change do you want to see in 10 years because your business exists? For me, for the Growth Factory, the change is let's raise the game in what we do. Let's move from a few hundreds of thousands to a few hundreds of millions, and from a few hundreds of millions to billions, right? So that's basically what we're doing here, at the Growth Factory, right? So who wants to share with us? Babs, you want to share?
Okay, I'll give it a try. Thank you so much, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, great. So on the purpose, why does my business exist beyond making money? Okay, I will say I'll talk in line of the consulting, though I've not been able to stabilize it because of my other engagement. But in that, using that as an example, I registered a tech consulting company, and one of the purpose of trying to go into tech consulting is to help businesses lower their barrier of entry into adopting technologies. So, meaning that we want to help them to choose the best solutions and also develop the best solutions for their businesses without breaking the bank and without having to hire all the technology experts in the world. So we start, then they can grow and then help teams to also grow without breaking the bank. So that will be purpose because that will help banks to take or companies, organization, businesses at what level to take better decisions when they need to adopt one technology or the other. So problem is to help um, businesses to
So what problems do they have that you are trying to solve?
so the problem they have is to get the best value for the money that they have available at the time. So most people don't have, especially for small businesses and medium businesses, when it comes to technology, the cost is always one of the things that makes them pull back in terms of adopting technology. And they want the highest quality of technology that can bring the most efficiency and productivity into their business. But they don't want to go for the most expensive that will crash the business at the end of the day, the technology, especially for situations whereby the technology itself is not the business. The business exists. They just need technology to actually support the business. So most people will not risk going to all out to purchase a technology that will not be the business, and then the business will now suffer due to the cost. So helping businesses to move around costs and productivity and choosing the right solutions is actually quite important to many businesses in adopting the technology to use part-time that will give them the highest ROI for the technology that they have actually chosen.
All right. So what change do you want to see in 10 years?
Okay, so more businesses having to adopt technology in their business processes. So moving from almost to a 50-50, technology also being part of their business. But there are two type of, okay, not two, there might be more, but a mix in between. There's companies that they have their business and technology supports their business. And there are people who their business is their business, technology is not even a thing. And there are some people who technology is their business. So where technology is your business, you don't have any choice than to run that technology. So it's to have more businesses adopt technology. It makes it accessible and increase your customer base to reach far more people who have so far there is network and connectivity, internet it also opens it up to global audience, global customer reach. So yes, if more businesses actually can adopt technology, it improves productivity, it opens them up to the global market. They can internationalize or globalize their business in a faster way if they start. So they'll start from the smaller adoption to the large, to the medium, then to the large scale adoption, which will take them cross continents. So they might be talking about things like multiple currency payment, for instance. Which one is their best solution if you want to have multiple currency payments? We've made an example of Flutterwave. Between Flutterwave, Paystack, helping them to choose which one is going to give them their best turnover, uh, considering exchanges and all. Those are some of the things that consulting for such organization will actually help them to make a better decision. So people adopting technology will improve productivity, and at the end of the day will also improve their turnover, because once you are able to reach more customers beyond your local environment, you're going to get more customers and more turnover.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Though one of the things that you might still need to fine tune. I know you are talking extempore, right? So you are thinking and talking at the same time. So you might need to sit down and put these things in writing. So identify the exact problem. So the problem may not be that people don't have the money to move to technology. The problem may be that people have mindset issues. Now, for the kind of world we live in today, nobody can say, oh, my business is just brick and mortar. Now, everybody is in a tech business while using brick and mortar to support the tech business. For example, Amazon is a tech business that provides platforms for people to buy and sell. So it's the tech business. So anyone who is not ready to adopt that as a mindset is not ready for the shift. You are a tech business. Then you use technology to drive your growth, to drive your operations, to drive the things that you do. So that is very crucial. It's important to understand that. Right, good. So can I get one more person who else would like to share with us? Who else would like to share? Sam Mike, are you in on the call? Are you able to talk?
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, good
My name
evening.
is Mike Ogenerubo.
Yeah.
So I'm into mobile phone engineering. So I fix mobile phones. The question number one that asks, what does my business? Why does my business exist beyond the money? Naturally, I was not preparing to go into the business in the first place. I was just about solving problem. The idea came all the way in the church when one of our church members was having issue with her phone. And then she needed somebody to get it fixed. And that was how I stepped in. It was one of the elders in the church that advised if I should just take it up as a business. And even after I've taken it up as a business, it's still not about money. It's about seeing this issue solved for people. So I just feel like this is why I am into this. Not really why this thing brings money. It's about seeing it that I solve the problem for people. And that's why, so the reason I get so many praises from my clients. Some of them will come after they complain about how they have been duped by some engineer who will collect money and do something that's not
Okay,
really
so
what
can
they
you, I
wanted.
think, just move into the second one? What problem in
All right, so
society?
the
We're already
second one
talking
is
about.
now the problem is still, say, what problem do I want to solve with my business? It's still the same problem. I want to solve a technology issue with in my society. Just want to make the technology acceptable, number one, and workable for people to see that how I can use technology or tech to solve the problem for my people. I think that's how I understand that way. And then the change I want to see in the next 10 years. All right. I want to be able, number one, to create more business with what I'm doing, to see that I'm able to create a business that can employ some more young people. I'm working on training some more young people that they will be able to go into this even when I'm not available. They will be able to do it on their own, and they will be able to feed themselves and take care of themselves through this training. But I've not stepped into it. But this is just the vision that I have, that I'm looking at going into it, to get some young people trained in this line so that they themselves will be able to stand firm and then be able to make more money from it and solve more problems with it. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. We still need to do a lot of fine tuning because you may start as a phone engineer, but the vision should not be to build a bigger engineering firm. For me, the vision should be to start manufacturing your own phones, or
All right, sir.
importantly, become a big player in the phone business industry, because making money in that industry would not. Uh, okay, so if somebody is going, okay, it's fine. You can speak until 8 p.m. Thank you. Right.
Thank you,
So,
sir.
right. So the vision should go beyond repairing phones, fixing phones, to making phones available for the masses. Right. That is a better business model. So repairing the phones may be your entry point, but that should not be your vision. Like, oh, when people's phones spoil, so you have to wait for people's phone to spoil before you can make money. Right. So that is not a sustainable business model. Right. So the sustainable business model should be that, okay, now we are repairing the phones, but then can we also become the major player in the phone industry? So start thinking about it. The guys that bring in phones, what do they do? Who do they know? Where do they go? Start asking those kind of questions. And I'm telling you, if you start asking those kind of questions, you will get the answers, because it is what you seek that you find. It is what you seek that you find. If you're seeking to also become a big player in the phone business, so now that you already have the engineering background, so that can be your own care, customer service to your clients, right? So fixing the phones will not be difficult, but then it's better you are bringing them in. I hope that helps. I hope that helps, right? So
Thank
let's
you, sir. Yeah.
so let's talk about the vision alignment matrix, right? So there are three things involved in ensuring that your vision delivers. Your vision delivers. So there is the personal vision. Your personal vision are those things that you want to become as a person. Now, for every one of us, you have your background, you have places, you have things that has happened to you, and you're wondering, oh, this is who I want to become as a person, right? So already, if you build $1 billion business enterprise, that means already you are a billionaire. That's what it means. You are a billionaire. That's basically what it means, right? So your personal vision now is, oh, this is who I want to be, right? And then you have a business vision. Your business vision says that this is what my business is going to be all about. This is what my business is going to be all about. And there was a question I asked some minutes ago, that what are the pains of your client, of your customers? What pains do they have? So you need to understand what your customer wants, your customer vision. So where there is an alignment between your personal vision and your customer vision, then you have empathy. There's empathy. Why? Because you can feel the pain of your customer. It was Ellen Keller that said that you can never heal a pain that you cannot feel. So, as a business person, you must be able to feel the pains of your customer. And what does this mean? When you align your personal vision with your customer's vision, you move from selling products to solving problems that matter. You move from selling products to solving problems that matter. For every of your customer, there is something that matters to them. You are only in business if what you are trying to solve matters to the people you are trying to solve them for. If it doesn't matter to them, no matter how good your product is, it doesn't matter. If it doesn't, so the outcome of that is that you have deep customer loyalty. People are more loyal to you because you are solving what they see as a problem. So in starting your business, in structuring your business, it is very critical that you are able to say what exactly is the problem. What are they avoiding? What are they running away from? Now, every one of us on earth, we are in two directions. Is either we are running towards something or we are running away from something. At every point in our lives, you are either running towards something or you are running away from something. If you know the direction your customer is going, what are they running towards and what are they running away from? Once you can identify that, it brings customer loyalty and it makes your brand human. It brings the humanity out of your brand. Right, so we know you are not just here to collect our money, you are here to provide real needs, right? So it brings humanity and empathy, and then it allows your business to scale price wars because there is relevance. I'm telling you, if your business is meeting real customer needs, they will not care so much about the price. You know, I've shared this a lot in some places where I've had the opportunity, to lecture. Like, has it ever occurred to you that sometimes you go 3, 4 streets away, you go to a store to buy something that you can also buy on your street? In fact, it could be cheaper on your street. I know for us in Nigeria, we have a lot of small kiosks, around us. Maybe you want to buy toothpaste, for example, and then you go to a mall that is about 4, 5 streets away. What you are buying is beyond the product, is the experience, right? And it is because the vision of somebody aligns with your vision. So it brings relevance that transcends price wars. So let's look at the second one. When your business vision aligns with your customer vision, then when your personal vision aligns with your customer vision, right? Yeah, sorry, the first one I described is your personal vision and your customer vision, right? That's empathy. So the second one I'm going to describe is when your personal vision meets your business vision. When your personal vision meets your business vision. So what that means is that your personal vision connects with the business vision. So your passion fuels performance. What it means is that the business is an expression of who you are and not just a money machine. So when your personal vision aligns with your business vision, it is an expression of who you are. You are not just there to make money. So when you have that, you have purpose. There is purpose alignment. Your vision, your business becomes a purpose-driven business because there's an alignment between what you want to become and what the business wants to become. There are many people who are running a business because we just want to make money, we just want to survive. It's also okay because in some instances, your passion may not necessarily give you the kind of money that can sustain you. And we're talking about billions here, right? So But no matter how the thing may be, if you are able to align your personal vision and then build a business around it, right, then you have purpose. What happens then is that there is authentic leadership. You are not just thinking about what to do. Now, for those of you who have been following me for a while, you realize that these things, I don't struggle to do them. Ideas keep coming, because I want people to grow. And it's because there's an alignment between um, my person and the kind of brand I am building. There's an alignment. It's not a struggle for me. I had the opportunity to, I was in a business to facilitate a session for one business. Was it last Friday or 2 Fridays ago? Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago, right? So, and by the time I was done, so I was asking some questions, and by the time they answered the question, I realized that I had already put something on my slide that was aligning with what those guys were saying. So at some point I laughed. I said, guys, do you know what? It looks like I read your mind before coming here, because what you guys are saying is exactly what I had put on the slide, right? So there was an alignment. And why is this possible? Because it is authentic to me. This is my life. This is who I am, right? So as a person, you must be able to find an alignment between your personal vision and your business vision. That brings authentic leadership. That brings sustainable motivation. Many people are tired. You see somebody, they start something and in 2, 3 months, they give up. Why do you think they give up? They give up because there is no motivation. They started because they felt they're going to make quick money from it. But if the money is not coming as quick as they thought it would be, guess what? They relax. They just relax. Why? There is no motivation, right? So if your personal vision aligns with your business vision, what happens is that there is motivation, and that your company culture will be rooted in purpose. So you understand, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, and you are able to, to give it the push for the long haul, right? So let's look at the third part. When your business vision aligns with your company vision, you have a market. You have a market. When your business vision aligns with your company vision, not only a market, you have a sustainable market, right? Because this is your business, this is what your customer wants. Voila, voila. They just want to be in your face. They just want to be there with you, right? Because there is an alignment. So um, if you want to become a trusted growth partner and not just a vendor, there must be an alignment between your business vision and your customer's vision. And what will this do for you? It brings competitive differentiation. You are different, you are unique. When your customers see you, they know that there's something different about this guy we are relating with. It's just different. It's not like every other person. And like I said, that is why you can go miles to go and purchase something somewhere. You even drive your car to go and buy common toothpaste that you can buy on your street. Why? Because there is an alignment of the business vision and the customer vision. So it also brings stronger brand equity. There are some brands I just like to use, right? Because I have tasted it, I've liked it, I like what I see, and I just want to be there. So if there is no alignment between your business vision and your customer's vision, what happens is that people would experience you only once and they will just jet out. They are okay with what they see. They just jet out, right? So that also is very and then when there's that alignment, there's easy, there's repeat business. People would come easily, right? So we need to be able to then refine your vision again and again to ensure there's alignment. But let's look at this one, impact, right? When all of the three align, your personal vision, your business vision, your customer vision, everything works in alignment. Wow, boom, that is a transformational force there. Oh, come on, that is a transformational force. Everybody in alignment, this is the definition of impact. Everybody sees you and like, wow, this is so amazing. This is really, really amazing. So there is impact, right? So when there is impact, there will be scalable success. Remember, we said that what we're trying to do is to be able to empower you to scale your business. To scale your business. If we're going to empower you to do that, then you must be able to build your business around impact. I have a philosophy that if your business does not impact directly on people's lifestyle, you will not be in business for a long time. Let me say that again. If your business does not directly impact on people's lifestyle, you will not be in business for a long time. Look at entertainers who structure their music, their brand around influencing lifestyles. Those are the guys that are still in business after a decade. For those who just want to blow, there's this slang we use in Nigeria, I want to blow. They just want to be successful at all costs. Once they reach that fame status, they don't have the energy to sustain it because their business, their model is not directly impacting lifestyle. What happens is that they just go flat and you don't hear about them again. There are so many people who have appeared on the stage, who have appeared on the screens, and we don't hear anything about them again because their business is not designed to affect lifestyles, right? So impact is very, very important. Impact is very, very important. So the sweet spot is where your personal vision, your business vision, and your customer vision are in alignment. Right. Good, 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 good. So let's take this exercise again. Right. Let's take this exercise again. Right. So remember I said it's a workshop. So I wanted to, put it together. So based on the framework I just shared, the alignment matrix, right? What's one thing your business stands for that your team may have forgotten? Right? What is one thing your business stands for that your team may have forgotten? And then I want us to do something like this. Our business, our business exists so that, right? I want you to write that down. Our business exists so that, right? So let's quickly do this exercise. It's going to help a bit. It's going to help, right? You may not have it all figured out at once because this is like coming to you, and we don't have all the time, to be able to say, oh, let's give you 5 minutes, let's give you 10 minutes, this is a call, right? So, but I want you to do something now. So, bring out your notepad, whether it's pen and paper or um, your notepad on your phone, right? So type our business exists right? So our business exists right? So write that down. Our business exists so that our business exists so that, right? So what we're saying is that you are trying to solve a problem, right? So you are trying to solve a problem, and then the essence of the problem is that this is what we are trying to do so that our customers will be able to do this, and this, right? Let's take, for example, you are into farming, right? So, or you create solutions for farmers. So you can say our business exists to empower local farmers so that communities can thrive sustainably. Our business exists to. Our business exists to. So for Growth Factory, our business exists to empower entrepreneurs, MSMEs, so that they can attain the billionaire status, so that they can scale their business profitably and have global relevance, right? So that is what the Growth Factory is all about. That is what Growth Factory is all about. And so what is your business all about? Business exists so that Right, good, 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 good. So, who is going to share with us at this time? Right, somebody wants to share, right? Who goes for us? Who goes for us? We've had Temitope Ojo. I know that Madam Susan says she has a class for 8. Okay, so Sean Phillips, Temitope Ojo.
But I can quickly say something. I can just try before I go.
All right, good, good. Thank you.
Okay. Our business exists to empower young pupils to understand the basics of mathematics in order to make them attain excellence. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, to empower our business exists to empower students, the students or pupils, to empower students in math, so that they can probably say something like, oh, become a student and then can go on to create great solutions with their understanding of math principles, right? So you empower them with the understanding so that they go out to create solutions, because really one of the things I tell people, math is the foundation for every course, everything you do in life. Every day you are calculating. When you want to cross the road, you are calculating, especially in Lagos, because people hardly stop, cars hardly stop for people to cross the road. When you are crossing the road, you're actually doing a lot of calculation, right? So you are calculating the speed with which the car is approaching you, and then that will determine the speed with which you will also run so that you can outrun the car. That is mathematics, right? You are cooking and then you put some cubes of Maggi, of seasoning in your food. You have done a mental calculation because the volume of stew you have, right, will determine how many cubes you are going to put into it. That is math. That's math, right? So we do math every day, but it's just that we don't know we are doing math, right? So it's a foundation. So how can people then grow with that understanding and create solutions with that understanding? That, I believe, is one of the things we want to pay attention to, right? So thank you so much for sharing. Do we have any other person who wants to share? Okay.
With your kind permission.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay. Um, my business exists to bridge the value gap that exists in the packaging space so that manufacturers can worry less about the world-class presentation of their products. That's basically it. We create packaging for products of all sorts, and based on the last few years that I've been doing this thing, we know that a lot of the world-class packaging you see around is imported. When you see the ones that are made in Nigeria, they are very shabby. So we have set out over the years to make sure we produce world-class packaging. Of course, that has meant that we have not made much money. Maybe we are missing something in the tech application of technology into what we do, among other things, and the pricing and market positioning and other things. Yes, but all we want to do is to bridge that value gap such that whatever is made in Nigeria can get world-class packaging. And whoever is making the product doesn't need to think too much about how to present the product. We want to take that stress off them. And we hope to spread globally. So that's why our business exists. Thank you.
Okay, so if we want to coin it this way, you can say our business exists to solve packaging needs so that African businesses can meet global standards, right? That is one way to look at it, right? So our business exists to solve product packaging needs, right? So that African businesses can can meet global standards or can be perceived as meeting global standards. So we can refine that, we can tweak it, but the whole idea is that there is a need you are trying to meet, and then so that by meeting that need, then when people see a product from Africa, they can say, wow, this is world class, right? This is world class. And for organizations that really want to scale, they need to pay attention to how their products appear. So most times when you go to a retail store to buy things, what attracts you most times to what determines whether you will buy a product or not, a lot of the time, is the way the product is packaged. That's the simple truth. Because many times when you have competing brands, right, then it is the one that appeals to you the most. And if you look at it, there are two colors that people use a lot in differentiating in branding: red and blue, right? Red, passion; blue is cool. So people are deliberate about how they package, how they appear, so which is a good thing. And I think we'll talk some more to see how we can structure this for growth, right? So and then I'll close with this quote. This quote: your business reflects you. If you are unclear, your business will be too. If you are not clear about what exactly you are trying to do, about the problem you are trying to solve, if you are not clear, your business will not be clear. So it's very important that we're able to put these things into writing and we're able to think them through, right? Um, so this is relevance drill. The idea is that you must be able to share your business vision in one sentence that sells. You must be able to share your business vision in one sentence that sells: to build 1,000 billionaires by 2035. To build 1,000 billionaires by 2035. To build 1,000 billionaires in 2035. That is a clear vision. It's simple, it's repeatable, it's shareable. Simple, shareable, is repeatable. To build 1,000 billionaires by 2035. So what is your business vision? Can you sell it in one short sentence? So we are going to, on the Growth Factory, we are going to be doing a lot of activities in the course of the week. I'll be, prompting us to do some things, which I expect that we should be able to do. So we are bringing this up. We are wrapping this up. So your vision must speak your customer's language. The clearer your vision, the easier it is to build trust and attract loyalty. The clearer your vision, the easier it is to build trust and attract loyalty. So before our next session, I want to give you a challenge. Refine your vision into one memorable line and share it in the Growth Factory group. Title it with hashtag my vision clarity. So this is an assignment I'm throwing to all of you, right? So before our next session next week, refine your vision into one memorable line and share it with us in the Growth Factory group. So I'll be prompting us in the course of the week for you to get on it and do it. You need to do it, because sometimes you say, oh, it's not necessary, I don't want to disturb myself, but you got to do it. That is very important, right? So, and I will close with this. You don't build billion-dollar businesses by luck. You build them with clarity. So if we're talking about billion, so you will keep hearing the word billion in all our classes, because until you can picture something in your imagination, you can't achieve it. If you cannot picture yourself becoming a billionaire, you will never ever achieve it. Why there are not so many billionaires in Nigeria or in Africa is not because the money is not there. It's because you hardly hear billions in our conversations. The people who attain billion-dollar status are people who talk about billions frequently, who talk about billions a lot. The more you talk about it, the more your mind and your body system becomes wired to recognize billion-dollar opportunities and then to be able to do the billion-dollar work required of you. So once you begin to think about it and talk about it, then it becomes something you can attract. But if you are not able, if it's too big for your mouth, it will be too big for it to be too big for you to realize it, right? If it's too big for your mouth, it will be too big for your hand, right? Good. So that is very critical. So next week we are looking at strategic positioning and business model. And the focus is to understand customers, competitors, and value proposition. So again, you don't build billion-dollar businesses by luck, you build them with clarity. So what's your biggest takeaway from today? I want us to close with this. 2 or 3 persons share with us what's your biggest takeaway from today. What's one word that describes how you feel leaving this session, right? So anybody wants to share, you can put it in the chat, or you want to talk. Do I need to call somebody who wants to share what's your biggest takeaway from today? Oh, Pamela is just joining us. We're about to wrapping up. Bob, Sean, Sam, Timmy Talker, anyone who wants to share with us, what's your biggest takeaway from today's session?
Okay, for me.
All right.
All right, so for me, I think it's importance of having a refined, attractive vision that can be shared with everyone, every stakeholder, from staffs to even the customer, and making sure that vision also aligns and with the problem of the customer, and then also serve business purpose. So for me, who is just starting to put pen to paper, I think it's a good direction to start helping to ginger my thoughts into the direction that you should be thinking and laying the right foundations in terms of putting the right words together to describe what I'm trying to build in terms of consulting, technology consulting to the future. Yes. So thank you so much for the session, sir.
All right, amazing, amazing. And Sean Phillips dropped in the group. He said, crafting that why is so profound. Crafting the why is so profound. So thank you for sharing. Temitope, you want to share? Your hand is up.
Thank you very much, sir. My biggest takeaway tonight is what you seek is what you find, because most times we tend to limit ourselves. And from the way from what happened before you brought out that word, so I can actually is for me it's mind blowing for me that it is we can go any length to seek for it, and we are going to find it. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So if you can't see it, you won't be able to seize it. You won't be able to take it, right? So it's what you see. So so like I said, every of our sessions you'll be hearing that word billion, billion, billion until somebody is sleeping and you are dreaming of billions. You're dreaming of 9 figures. That's all. 9 zeros. That's all you're saying. 9 zeros. It looks big until you eat the first one. You then realize that it's actually very easy. It's just about position. It's about one being comfortable with talking about it. Right? Good. So I will leave out with this. My life inspires my business empowers my customers, and together we build a better world. Right? Can you say that to yourself where you are? My life inspires my business empowers my customers, and together we build a better world. So that is one lesson for today. In case you are not yet in the Growth Factory, I encourage you to please join us. Yeah, join the Growth Factory WhatsApp group, bit.ly/100x_growth, right? You want to 100x your growth in 2026, then join the Growth Factory. We have a lot. We have a lot too. I tell you, we already have a 1-year plan of engagement on the Growth Factory. So if you are not in the Growth Factory, you are going to be missing a lot. So if you know anyone who is trying to start a business or who is running a small business, encourage them to join the Growth Factory, because that is where things will be happening in the coming year. And I also want to say this, as your company is planning for next year, 2026, they need a trainer. You need a trainer for your business. Remember to reach out to us. Let's help to equip your organization, especially if you're still working somewhere right now. Recommend us, recommend to Africa and say, oh, I know an organization that can handle, staff training, staff retreats, management retreats, and all of that. If you want to see real growth in your business, then let's do this together, right? So till we meet again next week, same time, 7 p.m., right? Same time next week. It's going to be awesome. So we're going to be sharing the replays. I'm going to upload on YouTube and I'll share the link. Let's go over it again and again, and then let's see how we can get value from this. So I want to say thank you. I remain your driver. I am Dele Ayobankole, and I'm so glad to have you in my world. Let's grow together. I love you. God bless you. Bye for now. Right. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Have a good evening, sir.